Hey everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to a video review of the Toys R Us exclusive Hasbro Masterpiece Soundwave MP-02. As you can see, we're off to a great start with the box as Hasbro has redesigned the packaging, and it is much better than previous Masterpiece packaging we've gotten from them before. The outside sleeve is a wonderful black matte finish with a glossy Soundwave picture on the front. The back of the box has even more great pictures of Soundwave along with the cassettes and accessories. And I just love how the Decepticon symbol wraps around from the front to the side of the box as you see here. On one side of the box you have Soundwave's technical data along with his bio. Inside the packaging is a clear plastic clamshell tray, very similar to that found in the Takara Soundwave MP-13 box. The packaging is larger on the Hasbro Masterpiece Soundwave because it contains 4 additional cassettes along with their accessories. What makes this so nice is that not only can you remove the figure from the packaging, but you can reuse the packaging to store the figure later on if you so choose. Now that you've seen the packaging, let's take a look at Hasbro's Masterpiece Soundwave and how he compares to the Takara version. This review is mainly a focus on the Soundwave figure itself compared to the Takara version as well as the Generation 1 Soundwave toy. Both the Takara and Hasbro versions include the clear Energon Cube, Laserbeak with cassette case, the grid piece that goes on his chest, the arm attachment, Megatron in gun form, and of course, Soundwave's gun. However, oddly enough, the Takara version has pink cassette cases, whereas the Hasbro version has the clear ones. And personally, I like the clear ones a whole lot more because those are the ones that I had with the original Generation 1 Soundwave toy. Having these two side by side with the Takara version on the left and the Hasbro version on the right, with only a couple of minor exceptions, these two are essentially a mirror image of each other. I looked at both of these figures very closely and I have yet to find any major differences. From the feel of the plastic to the paint apps, these two figures are virtually identical. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. So aside from the number of cassettes and accessories, what are those differences? Well, the most obvious one is that the Takara version has a red visor, which is accurate to the cartoon, and the Hasbro version has a yellow visor, which is accurate to the G1 toy. And honestly, I cannot figure out which one I like more. I like both of them for their own unique reasons. I like the red because it's based on the original cartoon series G1 Soundwave. And I like the yellow one because he's exactly like the one we got in the Generation 1 toy Soundwave, which we'll see later on. Here is the other difference that may actually upset some people, and that is the CE that is printed on the outside part of his right leg. I can't really fault Hasbro for it because I'm sure there's some US laws that require it being somewhere on the toy. Other than that, again, these two figures are virtually identical to one another. The plastic feels the same. The paint apps are very clean, very crisp. I haven't found any errors on either of them. I guess I'm lucky. I don't know, but I'm just reporting how my samples turned out. And I'm very pleased with the quality and workmanship on both of them. To put on this attachment on Soundwave's hand, you simply take Mr. Masterpiece right here. You open up the panel, swing in the fist, close up said panel. As you can see, there's 2 holes right there, little notches. And you have little pegs right there. And you simply, I believe it goes on this way, insert it, and there you go. To form his gun, you simply extend the piece like so, And right here on the opposite end of the peg is what will be his gun handle. And mine gets stuck sometimes, but you can pry it out like that. There is a groove on each side, so you can put it either on his right hand or his left hand. And of course, pull out the front of the gun, like so. And there you have Masterpiece Soundwave with his gun attachment. And both the Hasbro and Takara versions hold their guns fairly securely. As you can see, I'm shaking the figure and he's not dropping it, or is it shifting around that much in his hand. Just like with the Takara Masterpiece Soundwave, the Hasbro version's articulation is very good. The head can move up about that far, down a little bit, not much, rotate all the way around. His arms can move about that far at the shoulder, rotate all the way around, 360 degrees. Has a pivot at the upper bicep, which can also rotate all the way around. He has what appears to be like a double joint practically at the elbow, which gives him some really tight bends right there, which is very impressive. Moves about like so. His wrists rotate all the way around. He has finger articulation. The first three fingers move together. His trigger finger moves on its own, and the thumb stays put. His waist can rotate all the way around. His legs have crazy articulation at the hips. They can move out and in. And he has another joint right here that enables him to move forward about that far. You can also twist that and make it do the splits that way. Or you can twist it again and make him move his leg back even further. So you have plenty of options there. He has a knee joint here. He has a knee pivot as well. So you can rotate all the way around. And you have a wide variety of ankle movement and ankle tilting as well. So you can put him in a ton of great poses, including his famous one where he ejects his cassettes. All the joints are very good on the Hasbro version, and they seem a little bit tighter compared to the Takara version that I have. Here's a comparison with the brand new Hasbro 2013 Masterpiece Soundwave with the original Generation 1 Soundwave. The blue on the Masterpiece Soundwave is a lot darker than the original Generation 1 Soundwave. Despite the huge differences in size, they still bear a huge resemblance to each other. Here's a comparison of their heads, and as you can see, both have the yellow visors. The Masterpiece Soundwave's head is a lot more cartoon accurate compared to the original G1 toy. The transformation is of course the exact same as the Takara version, so I will only show the major parts that are necessary to keep the video short. And here is Hasbro's MP Soundwave in his cassette player mode. Pretty much exactly the same as the Takara version. Of course, the gun stores nicely in the back here, as well as this little piece down here. And here is the Takara version on the left and the Hasbro version on the right, and once again, they are virtually identical. And they're basically the same from the back as well. Now the difference you see here is I didn't put the gun on the Takara version simply to make it easier for me to tell them apart. So if you still don't believe me, here's a challenge for you. Try to figure out which one is the Takara version, the one on the left or the one on the right. Let's find out. The Hasbro version was the one on the left. And here is a comparison with the new Hasbro Masterpiece Soundwave with the original Generation 1 Soundwave toy. And yes, this is my original childhood toy that I played with as a kid. Even though the Masterpiece doesn't look that much bigger in the alt form, he is considerably larger in robot mode, as you've seen. I find it interesting to see how much things have improved over the last 30 years. So there you have it, the Hasbro Masterpiece Soundwave figure. And as I've said before, all the joints are tight, everything fits in very well together, and it looks virtually identical to the Takara version. The big incentive for this one is it comes with 5 total cassettes versus the Takara that only comes with 1. And the cassette cases are nice and clear, which I prefer over the pinkish ones that the Takara version has. Some might not like the yellow visor, but I really don't mind it that much. I had it in the original toy, and this one has it as well. It's not a big deal to me. I do like the red visor a lot as well, but I wouldn't call it a deal breaker, but that's entirely up to you. No matter what, it's still a great figure, it's a great buy, it's a fantastic character, and if you can find him, I definitely recommend him, especially, of course, if you're a Soundwave fan. Again, the cassettes will have their own video review along with how they function with Soundwave, so please check that video out as well. And I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.